So you go to the academy.
Yeah.
Do you back in the day, so it's 85 when you're back there, 86 when you actually end up getting assigned. Is it do you get to pick or are they showing you telling you where you're going?
So yeah, a couple different points. They ask you, "Hey, what's your wish list?" First time it's 3 places, then it's 5, then it's 2. You don't know what's coming. I'm putting stuff. I'll go to Miami. I'll go to Oklahoma City. I want to go to Dallas. All these different places. Nothing to do with the East Coast, far or Northeast. You know, and we were. I was in basic agent class 42, so we were the third class to go through Quantico.
Mm.
Had I hired on when they wanted me, I would have been in 39, which that was a nightmare class from what I understand. They really had a hard time because that was the first class to show up there, and they lost about half of those students.
Wow.
And so I'm in 42, and at week 6, a suit from DC comes in, stands up in front of everybody, and he's got his sheet, and he starts alphabetical. Joe Blow from Oklahoma City to Miami, and he just reads down the list. Whipple, I'm next to the last. My roommate sets on, he is the last, Dave Williams. And they get to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing a lot of guys going to Miami. There's some LA, some San Diego, there's 2 girls going to San Antonio, in my class. I'm like, oh, this is cool. Steve Whipple from Dallas to New York City. I didn't even hear where my roommate got. I was in such shock. Dave, he went to Miami. So they said, if you want to see us, this was right before lunch. We're going to be around this room over here. Come see us. And I look over and there's a Campbell. I can't remember his first name. Sitting over there, is just dumbfounded shock as well. He's black eye, and they're sending him to San Diego. And I said, Campbell, what's wrong? He goes, he's from Jersey. He goes, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to California. I don't like it out there. I've never been. And I said, well, I sort of feel the same thing about New York. Hey, you want to see if they'll flip-flop? Yeah, let's go. So we go hand in hand. We go up to the room and say, hey, guess what? We've got a deal for you. And, and you're laughing. And that's exactly what this suit from headquarters, for all we know, he's the administrator, And he goes, no, we need a black guy in San Diego. Bye. And so I'm like, I just go and I sit in the cafeteria in Quantico. I'm just in these days like, I've never quit anything in my life. I said, okay, I'll finish BA school. I'll go back to Dallas and I'll turn in my badge and credits. I am not going to New York City. Not me. I'm a West Texas boy,
Yeah.
So the oldest guy in our class was a guy named John Plover. Fantastic individual. He'd been in NIS before. And he did a huge, big undercover sting in Philly. He had been, I think he'd worked narcotics in New York before. He's an old New York guy. And he says, come on, kid. You and me, we're going to go to the boardroom and have a cocktail. We're going to talk about this. Okay, John. I was the next to the youngest guy in my class. There was one guy who was 22. I turned 23 in BA school. So we go up there, and he convinced me, hey, just go. Leave all your stuff out there in West Texas, because if you leave within a year, they're going to make you pay back. So just leave it for a while and see if you can do it. And he convinces me to go. That drive, that 1,605-mile drive from Dallas to New York City was the longest drive of my life. I can't tell you how many times I thought about stopping and finding the nearest DEA agent and give my badge and gun and going back home. So I get there. I go to get there on Monday morning, and I'm driving in through the Staten Island Way and go over to Verrazano, and I look over and I see the Statue of Liberty off to the left and the southern tip of Manhattan and the financial sector. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty neat. It's a beautiful morning in April. And I get off and I get on the Belt Parkway, driving my F-100 pickup with half of what I own in the back of it. And I'm not on there a mile, and one of New York's finest pulls me over. I'm not speeding. Roll down my window. Howdy, officer, what can I do for you? He goes, you can't be on this road. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, this is a commercial vehicle. I said, oh, no. I'm a DEA agent. I'm reporting for duty this morning. That's all my personal stuff. Kid, you don't understand me. Get off the fucking road. This is a commercial vehicle. I'm like, officer, I don't even know. Get off the road or I'm going to write your ass. Yes, sir. I pull off that exit. I literally almost broke down in tears. Like, I don't want to be here. This guy don't want me here, you know? And I'm like, okay. I sat there and I look around, no cop, screw it. I got back on the belt and went on about my business and reported. But that was one of what I thought one of the hardest moves I ever did.
But the work in New York has got to be great. Once you, at what point do you go, I'm staying, this is great?
I don't know that I ever said that. um, they put me in an all New York group, all New Yorkers, including my future wife. And here I was, this hick from West Texas, showed up wearing cowboy boots and jeans. I wore boots until a guy outran me once. And I didn't wear boots at work much anymore after that because I couldn't get my traction. Anyway, um, they busted my chops and I busted their chops. And I let them know what I thought of New York. And, you know, it's a god awful place. And you don't know what heaven is until you've been out in West Texas. I mean, it was pretty intense. My wife couldn't stand me. She thought I was an arrogant Texan. I thought she was an arrogant New Yorker too. But later on, we sort of figured that out. But so yeah, I was in the seaport detail there. We worked Colombian cases.